Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines monkey around as to do things that are not useful or serious or to waste time. The very idea of monkeying around is to waste time. But I would argue that spending a whole afternoon monkeying around, it's not a waste of time at all. We all need to take time to monkey around. We need to not worry about anything at all and just spend time doing something that's just absolutely not productive. Don't think, just do. Monkeying around is this complicated thing. So to figure out how to do it, we're gonna have to look at our great monkey ancestors. Monkeys have this unique ability to teach us many things. So let's look at some of history's greatest monkeys. And let's see if you can figure out what they're trying to teach us. Disclaimer, I'm going to use the word monkey to refer to any non-human primate, so apes, like your gorillas, your chimpanzees, your spider monkeys, baboons, little gibbons, whatever. They're all monkeys. I know it's technically not right. A key component of monkeying around is monkey see, monkey do. Jack was a Chacma baboon, and this baboon worked as a railroad signal operator. James Wide was a railroad signalman, and one day he got in an accident that required for both of his legs to be amputated. James got a monkey, named it Jack, and taught it how to operate railroad signals. As you might imagine, some people did see a monkey operating railroad signals and were kind of freaked out by it, so they reported it. The railroad company did a full investigation into Jack and his owner, and what they found out was that Jack was actually really good at his job of operating these railroad signals. In fact, he was so good that they made Jack an official employee of the company. He even got paid 20 cents a day, and he got half a beer a week. You can all be like Jack and earn your own beer. Albert, also known as Albert II, was the first monkey to ever go to space. He just got thrown in a spaceship and wished best of luck. He was able to go somewhere where no monkey had ever been before. The moon! Sadly, Albert did perish when his capsule was re-entering the atmosphere and the parachute failed to open. Remember, kids, be like Albert. Shoot for the stars. You'll be okay as long as your parachute works. Ape not kill ape. Apes together strong. Knowledge is power. No one says it better than Caesar himself. And hey, I know what you're thinking. Caesar's not real. He's just from a movie. I don't care. He's awesome. This is my video. Fuck you. You see, the problem is you're not supposed to be thinking. Have you not been paying attention at all? Monkey no think, monkey do. Give orange, me give eat orange, me eat orange, give me eat orange, give me you. The monkey who said that is known as Nim Chimpsky, and he was part of an experiment to see if chimpanzees could be taught to communicate through American Sign Language. Some monkeys are just so damn cool. And you know what makes everyone instantly like 100,000% cooler? Even monkeys smoking a cig. Charlie, a monkey who lives at a zoo in South Africa, is probably the coolest monkey to have ever existed because he was addicted to cigarettes. Whenever a cigarette would be dropped into his enclosure, Charlie would run right over her. Even monkeys can become addicted to nicotine. Awesome! DK, Donkey Kong. He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His coconut gun can fire in spurts, if he shoots you, it's gonna hurt. He's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. Whoa! DK. Donkey Kong. DK. Donkey Kong is here. Wait. Donkey Kong's here? Fun fact. Monkeys love MILFs. Well, at least this guy does. Bungie the spider monkey lives at the Denver Zoo. And yeah, he loves hot moms. Specifically, this one zookeeper's mom. Every time Bungie would see her, let's just say he'd be standing at full salute. That's all I'm gonna say. Charles Darwin, the father of evolution, had never seen a non-human primate before. That was until he went to the London Zoo and met Jenny the orangutan. Jenny, also known as Lady Jane, was brought to the London Zoo by a sailor in 1837. While at the zoo, Jenny wore clothes and learned to do things like drink tea. When Darwin met Jenny, he was reportedly astonished beyond measure. He compared her reactions to that of a human child. And Darwin believed that Jenny could understand everything that he said. The inspiration that Jenny had on Darwin cannot be overstated, as our monkey ancestors play a crucial role in Darwin's theory of evolution. I'd be remiss making a video about monkeys if I didn't talk about this one. Rest in peace, Harambe. You are missed. Ken Allen, the hairy Houdini. Kenneth Allen, or Brian orangutan, was an ape that spent his days in the San Diego Zoo. And this dude was an absolute menace to the zoo staff. Oh my god, this dude is crazy. I love him. Since a young age, it was clear that Ken had dreams beyond his enclosure. He would pull out every nut, bolt, screw in hopes of escape. The first was on June 13th. The second was on July 29th. And the final one was on August 13th. When the zoo staff was first alerted that Ken had escaped, they went and found him just wandering around the zoo. He would look at guests, look at other animals, but he was not aggressive at all. He was calmly led back to his enclosure by the zookeepers. He was just curious. And see, Ken never acted aggressively to any guests, zookeepers, or anything. But you know who he did act aggressively towards? Otis. Fuck you, Otis. All my homies hate Otis. Ken hated Otis. During his second escape, they found Ken throwing rocks at Otis. Like they had been separated because they did not get along. And then so Ken got out, went on over, found his buddy Otis, and just started pelting rocks at him. That's real hater shit. And I love him for that. Ah, come on. Everyone loved the guy. After these escapes, the zoo started watching Ken a lot more closely, because at this point, they didn't really know how he did it. The only problem was that Ken realized he was being watched and wouldn't do anything. So that didn't work, so the zookeepers tried disguising themselves as just normal guests at the zoo. But that also didn't work. In 1986, Ken would escape again when the moat around his enclosure was down for repairs. And every time the zoo would be like, okay, Ken, we gotta put you inside by yourself. And then they'd be like, okay, we figured out how you escaped. You can go back in normal enclosure. And then he'd escape again. Now, eventually, they finally stopped Ken. He no longer escaped. They thought it was the end to Ken's mischievous actions taking over the zoo. Oh, but they were wrong. Ken had 2 female orangutans in his enclosure with him. They followed Ken's lead and escaped on his own. He's an inspiration to everyone. Ken Allen was a great teacher who has passed down his knowledge to fellow monkeys and humans alike. Monkeys are awesome. Monkeys should be out in the wild doing what they want, not in labs